Welcome to Easy English Talks podcast.
Today, I'm going to help you learn 500 simple words in this video. These are the exact words that native speakers use in their daily lives. These aren't complex or fancy terms, just easy, everyday words you can start using immediately, whether you're at home, at work, hanging out with friends, or anywhere else. Let me ask you a quick question. Have you been learning English for months, or maybe even years? You probably know a lot of grammar rules, right? You've studied the present tense, past tense, and future tense. You've learned about adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions. But here's the challenge. When someone talks to you in English, your mind goes empty. You recognize the words, but you can't respond. You feel anxious and scared, thinking, what if I say something wrong? So you stay silent. Does that sound familiar? I understand how frustrating that is. I've experienced it myself. But today, that changes. If you stick with this video until the end, if you practice along with me, and if you repeat the sentences out loud, I guarantee you 3 things. First, your English vocabulary will grow a lot. Second, you'll feel more confident when speaking English. Third, you'll understand English conversations much more easily. But I need you to do something for me. Don't skip any part of this video. Watch it all the way through. Practice every sentence with me. Say the words out loud. Don't just listen. Take part. Learning English isn't about just watching videos. It's about practicing, speaking, and actually using the language. Are you ready to change your English and finally speak with confidence? Then let's do this together. Grab a pen and paper if you'd like. Get comfortable, focus on this video, and let me guide you on this amazing journey. Your English transformation starts right now. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Part 1. Why English feels difficult. First, we need to understand an important truth. Why English seems so hard. Many people think English is tough because they don't know enough words, but that's not accurate. The real issue isn't vocabulary, it's the way you're learning. Let me explain clearly. The English language has over 170,000 words, but even native speakers don't use all of them. On average, a native speaker only uses about 2,000 to 3,000 words in everyday conversations. And here's the surprising part. Most daily chats rely on a small group of words. Words like I, you, we, they, go, come, do, make, take, good, bad, happy, sad. These appear over and over again, every single day. So, speaking English isn't about knowing tons of words. It's about using simple words many times. Think about how a baby learns English. Does the baby study a dictionary? No. The baby hears simple words repeatedly and copies the same patterns. That's how language grows, not by memorizing, but by practicing. Now, what are these 500 words? They're high-frequency words, meaning they show up most of the time. They include pronouns like I, you, he, she, basic verbs like go, come, eat, drink, work, simple adjectives like good, bad, big, small, and common nouns like time, food, home, money. With these words, you can form thousands of sentences. For example, I go home, you go to work, we go to the market. The same word, different sentences. Here's a key point. Fluency doesn't mean using fancy words. It means speaking smoothly without stopping. That happens when your brain feels at ease. And your brain feels at ease when words are familiar. So, limiting your vocabulary actually helps you. Think about it. When you try to use complicated words, what happens? You pause, you hesitate, you get nervous. But when you stick to simple words, you speak faster and feel calmer. That's why these 500 words are so effective. They reduce stress and build confidence. Remember, English is a tool, not a test. You're not here to show off. You're here to share your thoughts. And 500 words are more than enough for that. In the next part, I'll explain how sentence patterns work with these words and how you can create countless sentences without learning new vocabulary. So keep watching and join me in Part 2. Part 2. The Power of Sentence Patterns. Now, let's explore the most effective strategy for speaking English: sentence patterns. Think of sentence patterns as roads and words as cars. If the road is smooth, the car moves easily. If there's no road, the car gets stuck. That's exactly how English works. Many learners collect words, but don't learn how to arrange them. That's why they know words, but can't communicate. Listen closely. You don't need many words. You need a few solid sentence patterns. Let me share some of the most practical patterns. I want to. This is very handy. With this one phrase, you can express a lot. I want to eat. I want to sleep. I want to learn English. I want to work. I need to. This is used all the time. I need to go. I need to study. I need to rest. I need to call him. I am going to. This is for talking about plans. I am going to eat. I am going to work. I am going to learn English.
I like to. This expresses preferences. I like to read. I like to talk. I like to learn English. I have to. This shows obligations. I have to work. I have to study. I have to wake up early.
Pause for a moment. With just 5 sentence patterns and simple verbs, you can make hundreds of sentences. That's the magic. Why does this work? Your brain loves patterns. When it sees the same structure again and again, it becomes automatic. You don't overthink, you just speak. That's fluency. Fluency isn't about speed, it's about smoothness. A common mistake is studying grammar rules without practicing. Grammar stays in books, not in conversations. But sentence patterns go straight into your speaking. That's why native speakers don't analyze grammar. They think in patterns. Let's practice slowly. Listen. I want to eat. I need to eat. I am going to eat. I like to eat. I have to eat. See? Same verb, same idea, different meanings. Now imagine doing this exercise for 10 minutes every day. Your mouth gets trained and your anxiety fades. This is why 500 words work. They repeat often. Repetition builds confidence, and confidence builds fluency. In the next part, I'll show you how to use these words in real-life situations: morning, work, home, and talking with others. So stay with me and move on to Part 3. Part 3. Using words in real life. Now, let's put our 500 words into real situations, because English isn't for textbooks, it's for living. Most people study English but don't use it. Today, we'll change that. Listen carefully. Your daily life is full of chances to use English. Morning, work, home, people, feelings. You don't need special topics, just everyday moments. Let's start with the morning. You can say, I wake up early. I feel tired. I need water. I want to rest. Simple and practical. Now move to work or study. I go to work. I go to class. I feel busy. I feel stressed. Same words, same patterns. When talking to others, I need help. Can you help me? I want to ask something. I do not understand. These sentences use basic words, but work everywhere. Let's discuss feelings. This is important. Many learners know words, but can't express emotions. With 500 words, you can say, I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel tired. I feel nervous. People will understand you, and communication happens.
Now, talking about the past. Many fear the past tense, but don't worry. Simple English still works. Yesterday, I go to work. Yesterday, I feel tired. Is it perfect grammar? No. But is it clear? Yes. For future plans. Tomorrow, I go to work. Tomorrow, I study English. Simple and straightforward. This is survival English, and survival English is real fluency. Here's a key truth. People don't judge your grammar. They notice your confidence when you speak without hesitation. So focus on speaking. Your daily exercise. Pick one situation, morning, work, or home, and say 5 sentences out loud. Do this every day. Don't write. Speak. Your mouth needs practice. That's how fluency grows. Remember, you're not just learning English, you're training your mouth, and 500 words are enough for that. In the next part, I'll show you how to practice these 500 words daily without stress. Stay with me and move to Part 4. Part 4. Simple practice methods. Now, let's talk about practice, because without it, nothing changes. Many people watch English videos but don't speak. Watching is easy. Speaking is hard. But speaking is the real work. Listen closely. You don't need an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. You just need 10 minutes every single day. Consistency matters more than how long you practice. Here's a practical daily plan. Pick 10 words from your 500-word list, just 10. Make 5 sentences with those words and say them out loud. Don't whisper or hesitate, just speak. Repeat the same sentences for 3 days. Yes, 3 days. Repetition builds muscle memory, and your mouth learns the movements. Here's a powerful method: shadow speaking. Listen to a sentence, pause, and repeat. For example, I want to learn English. Pause. I want to learn English. This trains your mouth and mind together.
A common mistake is wanting quick results. But language learning is gradual, and gradual is solid. When you speak slowly, you speak clearly. Clear speaking builds confidence. Now, about mistakes. They're not obstacles, they're lessons. Every mistake means you're trying. If you wait for perfect English, you'll never communicate. So speak even with errors. Remember, English isn't math. There's no single perfect answer. If people understand you, you've succeeded. One rule: never learn a word without a sentence. A word alone is weak. A word in a sentence is powerful. Can you say 10 sentences every day? Yes, you can. And with 500 words, those 10 sentences will feel easy.
In the next part, I'll explain how confidence grows when you limit your vocabulary and how fear slowly fades. So keep watching and move to Part 5. Part 5. Overcoming Fear. Now, let's address fear, the biggest barrier to speaking English. Most learners don't fail because of a lack of words. They fail because of fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of sounding silly. Listen carefully. Fear doesn't come from English itself. It comes from expectations. When you aim for perfect English, your mind freezes and your mouth won't move. But when you use basic English, your mind feels safe.
This is crucial. Your brain needs safety to communicate. That's why 500 words work. They lower expectations. You already know these words, so your brain thinks, I'm safe, I can do this. Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from repetition. The more you repeat, the more confident you become, even with simple English. Think of a child speaking broken English but doing it confidently. Why? Because the child isn't afraid. What about others? Many learners worry that people will laugh, but that's not true. Most people appreciate effort, and those who laugh don't matter. Your goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Here's a confidence exercise. Stand alone in your room and say 5 sentences about your day. For example, today I wake up early. I feel tired. I go to work. I eat food. I rest. Very basic, but very effective. Repeat the same story every day, and your confidence will grow.
Remember, fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking calmly. When you feel relaxed, you speak more. When you speak more, you improve. One powerful truth: you'll never feel completely ready. Readiness comes after you start speaking, not before. So, begin now with your 500 words. In the next part, I'll show you how to create a daily English routine that really works. Stay with me and move to Part 6. Part 6. Building a daily routine. Now, let's set up a simple daily English routine, because without a routine, motivation fades. A routine builds habits, and habits build fluency.
Listen carefully. Your routine should be small, easy, and repeatable, not heavy or stressful. Here's an ideal routine using just 500 words. Morning routine. Speak English for 5 minutes. Say basic things like, I wake up, I feel sleepy, I drink water, I get ready, I go to work. Speak slowly and out loud. This wakes up your English mind. Afternoon routine. Speak again for 5 minutes. Talk about work or study. I feel busy. I do my work. I need a break. I eat food. Again, say it out loud. Night routine. Speak for 5 minutes. Reflect on your day. Today was good. Today was hard. I feel tired. I need rest. That's it. Just 15 minutes daily, but every day.
Why does this work? Because you're speaking real-life English, not textbook English. Your brain links English to your life, which is incredibly powerful. One rule: don't skip a day. If you miss one, fear can creep back. So even 2 minutes is fine. Think of English like a muscle. If you use it, it gets stronger. If you stop, it weakens. Here's another tip. Record your voice and listen to it. You'll notice improvement, and that builds confidence.
We're almost at the end of this lesson. Before you go, I want you to remember one thing. English isn't magic, talent, or luck. It's a skill, and every skill grows with small, daily practice. Today, you learned an important truth. English has over 170,000 words, but you don't need them all. You only need the right ones, and 500 words are enough to speak clearly, daily, and confidently. Don't wait for perfect English. It never comes. Start with simple English. Speak slowly, calmly, and every day. Even 5 sentences a day are enough. Remember, your goal isn't to impress, it's to express. And you can express yourself with basic words.
Now, I ask you, will you stop after this video, or will you start your English journey today? The choice is yours. If this lesson helped you even a little, please like this video, share it with someone who's afraid of English, and subscribe to Easy English, the podcast. Here, we learn English slowly, calmly, and with confidence. Thank you so much for watching.